The whole Miami Valley, and certainly every parent, is tonight asking what brought a 12-year-old girl to hang herself in a school restroom.
NATASHA Williams takes us live to XENIA and Central Middle School with the very latest on this tragic loss. NATASHA.
Well, Deb, Jack, the superintendent tells me this close-knit community is pulling together. He says he's received over a dozen calls from businesses, community leaders, churches, and everyday residents asking what they can do to help. He says he made the decision to hold school today and bring in about a dozen grief counselors and some substitute teachers so that the students and teachers here would have time to work through this terrible tragedy.
911, where's your emergency?
I have a young lady that has tried to hang herself, I believe.
That terrible call came into 911 from Central Middle School in Xenia around noon Tuesday. A 12-year-old girl found in an upstairs bathroom after she apparently hanged herself. School superintendent Denny Morrison says there were no warning signs.
Students were at lunch. She was with her normal group of friends that she has. They were laughing and joking. She was in the gym, basically with her friends. No one knew that there was any kind of a concern.
But it was after lunch and recess when the student apparently asked to use the bathroom. She would never return to class. A staff member tells a 911 dispatcher what happened next.
When I was in there, I yelled for the principal to come, and the bathroom door's locked. And so the principal crawled underneath the bathroom door and has lifted up on her. But
it was too late. She was said to be unconscious by another caller to 911, but did not make it. At Central Middle School Wednesday, things appeared to be normal, but inside.
We just basically talked to the kids about having lost one of their own.
14 grief counselors were on hand to help students to cope. The superintendent also brought in extra substitute teachers to cover for teachers who needed to grieve too.
We've got such a caring staff that they're just taking this so hard. They just can't believe that it's happened. And of course, when something like this happens, you always think, what could I have done differently?
This parent brought his grandkids to the park right across the street from the school and talked about just how difficult a situation like this is.
And you got to feel for the family and the children in the school and the whole community. Horrified. Any parent or grandparent, they'd have to be. I mean, just something that's, as a parent, grandparent, you can't understand it.
And the superintendent agrees. He says he knew the little girl, had talked to her. He and apparently no one else had any idea something could be so terribly wrong.
She had commented a few times, I like to wear funny ties for the kids, and she'd commented, on my ties. A likable young lady. I wouldn't have guessed this in a million years.
Now, we asked the superintendent Morrison, had there been any talk of any bullying or anything like that, and he told us no. He also said that this was a total shock to everyone who knew this young girl. Now, there will be grief counselors here tomorrow, and as long as they're needed to make sure that this school gets the counseling they need to get through this terrible situation. Reporting live in Xenia, NATASHA Williams, ABC 22 News.